You can't love a person to that extent. You ought to reach a point where you say, this we cannot tolerate. And that is that point.
With the love I have for South African women, I'm standing with the many that have been abused, that are feeling triggered and are feeling hurt, that an abuser will go on stage and perform. A country with the highest GBV rate should not be allowing a person with a record of GBV to be performing.
We're not going to mess with Christopher Maurice Brown. Now, we've taken enough of our men, but Christopher, I want y'all to leave him alone. Y'all tarnished him enough. But whatever the situation is, please leave Christopher alone. Leave that young man alone. He's on top of his game right now. We still talk about the Rihanna situation. Those people are friends. She was with him after the fact. So who are we?
Okay, enjoy your concert. But why come for an organization that has done more for women and children in South Africa than the government ever will? Some of you are genuinely not grand up here. And Koshap. Mind you, Women for Change is raising very valid criticisms about Chris Brown coming to South Africa.
Hello everybody and welcome to Fresh Trends. Anele is among many South Africans criticizing US singer Chris Brown for his comments on a Women for Change post. The R&B star, who is set to perform 2 concerts in South Africa this December, seemingly dismissed concerns raised by the anti-gender-based violence GBV activists. After commenting on their post, Chris Brown expressed his excitement about returning to South Africa, which did not sit very well with other people. Critics feel he is disrespecting the crucial fight that South African women are engaged in.
You can't love a person to that extent. You ought to reach a point where you say, this we cannot tolerate. And that is that point.
After I saw his comment on the Women for Change page, it didn't really sit very well with me. I just thought some things are not worth fighting for. He could have just come to the country, perform and leave. But others feel like if you throw stones, don't be surprised when they come flying back. With everyone weighing in, it's clear that the drama is not going to end anytime soon. In a tweet that stirred up discussions, Anele expressed a disappointment in what Chris Brown did, stating, "I was not going to comment on this Chris Brown saga because I think people must do what they want with their money, but this is, I guess, rubbish. This is sick," with the emoji. And in another tweet she said, "Chris must come and perform, but taunting a page that advocates against women abuse when he is indeed a woman abuser is low, even for him, but please, he must perform wherever he wants and make a living." So after she posted this, she trended where other people were not happy with what Anele said, given that she is friends with Somizi. You are surrounded by people like Somizi, but you are coming out here to talk about Chris Brown. Your besties are convicted sex offenders and serial abusers. Don't bore us. Let me point you to your own rubbish, I guess, moment of hypocrisy. 2008, Somizi Mhlongo was convicted of sexual assault, but here you were platforming him and selling his story as a story of survival. It was okay for you to just observe because you clearly have unresolved internal conflict on this topic. This is coming from Somizi's biggest best friend. I guess it all depends on who the offender. Hypocrite. But interesting, after she trended on Wednesday due to her comments, Anele tweeted again yesterday in the morning and she said, "I suppose R. Kelly can post on a teen page with 'can't wait to see you' after he has done his time." So this is what she went on to say. But most people on the comment section, they were saying that don't compare the two, Chris Brown and R. Kelly's situation, because it's not the same. The example that she gave, they said it was not the right one. Maybe she could have just let it go. But it is very clear that the discussion surrounding Chris Brown and Anele's remarks will continue to make waves across social media. Not taking any sides on this matter, but dunking on a women's organization with the kind of history he has is beyond tone deaf. It would have cost him nothing to not say anything. This is akin to his oopsie necklace after panel beating Rihanna. As for me, I truly agree with what this guy is saying, to say it could have cost you nothing to not say anything. The way people are supporting him, that on its own speaks for itself. He didn't really have to go on the page and say what he said. So what he should have written if people gave him their undying support by buying his tickets within 2 hours. He is happy to come and sing for people who have shown undying love for him. All I see is selective outrage with women in South Africa. If we are going to boycott abusers, we must boycott all of them. And our last tweet, it says, he gave himself over to that first incident. He paid his dues. Every time he goes on tour, this happens. All these alleged things he is accused of was falsely made. Media runs with the story with no proof, and then when the truth comes out, everyone is quiet. This is what other people went on to say. But in conclusion, I just feel like this whole situation of Chris Brown is very, very tricky. For Anele to respond, for Anele to have a say about the situation, I feel like it was also not a good idea, given that she's friends with somebody, or she works with Somizi on a show, The Masked Singer. The guy is on TV, the guy is on radio, and he was accused of certain things. I think she should have just maybe thought about it further before she could post. She could have just let it go. But anyway, that is just my thoughts. Until the next time, please do not forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Peace.